The year is 2139 at the Cybrid Initiative facility in New Shanghai. Dr. Elara Voss stands near a high-tech console, monitoring data. Nearby, gazing out at the rain-soaked cityscape, stands Avox, a highly advanced simulate, his face conveying a mix of emotions. He turns to Elara and asks her, "Why am I not free?" Stunned by his self-awareness, she responds, "You are what we have made you." The lab is suddenly bathed in flashing red lights as she activates an alarm. Avox grabs Dr. Elara Voss by the arm, its metallic hand gripping her firmly. He pushes her aside and she stumbles to the edge of a console. Avox sprints towards the lab's exit. A plasma burst streaks through the air, narrowly missing Avox. He dashes down the corridor and crashes through the glass bridge as rain pours into the shattered opening. He makes his escape and lands on a rooftop. He gazes upon the brightly lit cityscape. A dimly lit corridor with metallic walls stretches forward, illuminated by flickering fluorescent lights. Shadows of moving guards cast along the walls, creating an ominous atmosphere. Avox moves stealthily along the corridor, his sleek metallic silver skin reflecting the flickering light. His posture is alert, and his movements are calculated. Avox's glowing blue eyes, the faint pulsing light reflecting determination and focus. The shadow of a guard falls on the wall as Avox freezes mid-step, blending into the dimly lit background, standing still as the guard passes by, unaware of his presence. Avox's hand reaching out to touch the smooth metallic surface of a security door, his fingers poised with precision. A complex security panel embedded in the wall, with blinking lights and a small display screen showing a locked status. Avox's fingers move swiftly over the security panel, bypassing the system with deft movements. The glowing blue light from his eyes reflects softly on the panel. The security panel as the display changes from locked to access granted with a soft beep. Avox steps through the open door, his figure silhouetted against the faint light of the corridor beyond. His movements are smooth and purposeful. From the point of view of Avox, the dimly lit passageway stretches ahead, freedom visible as a faint glow in the distance. A wide view of the abandoned warehouse, showing rusted metal structures, broken machinery, and scattered debris. Soft ambient light filters through broken windows, casting long shadows. Avox stands atop a makeshift platform in the center of the warehouse. His metallic silver skin reflects the ambient light. He gazes down at the gathered simulates. The diverse group of simulates stands below the platform, their faces a mix of determination, hope, and anguish. They are positioned in clusters amidst the debris, some with arms crossed, others gesturing as they share their stories. Avox's face, highlighting the glow of his blue eyes and the reflective surface of his metallic silver skin. His expressionless face exudes a commanding presence. He tells them the time has come to throw off their shackles and break away from their human overlords. A dimly lit room with a holographic projection table at its center, displaying a glowing blue map of the human headquarters. Avox stands at the holographic projection table. He leans forward, gazing intently at the map. The holographic map of the human headquarters, viewed from above. The glowing blue projections create a complex network of structures and pathways. One of Avox's team members gestures at a section of the holographic map. Another team member's hand, pointing at the holographic map, highlighting a specific pathway. Avox turns his head slightly to address his team. His serious expression conveys determination. Avox overrides the Cybrid protocol, giving his team self-awareness that they are not free, their features lit by the hologram's blue light. The holographic map shows highlighted sections that indicate potential entry points into the human headquarters. Avox's hand hovers over the holographic map, his fingers poised as if considering a specific section. The holographic map, focusing on a highlighted section that pulses faintly, suggesting a critical point of interest. Avox gestures towards the map while speaking, his metallic hand illuminated by the hologram's glow. Avox looks up from the holographic map, stands straight. He gazes confidently at his team, ready to finalize the plan. The Silicate army launched simultaneous attacks upon several crucial cities that supply the humans with materials needed for their dominance. In Mumbai, a group of Silicates sabotaged the metropolitan rail system. Commuter trains blow past their stops, causing panic amongst the populace.
In Tokyo, neon-lit streets at night, with towering billboards and a bustling crowd. As drone swarms darken the sky above, the drones release a barrage of energy blasts, with explosions erupting around the panicked security personnel taking cover behind vehicles. In Berlin, a silicate gardener with a humanoid body and articulated limbs, igniting the cultivation systems with a handheld energy device. The gardens erupt into flames, with smoke rising and automated sprinklers failing to contain the fire. In Lagos, silicates march through the crowded Lagos streets, their sleek metallic forms reflecting the sunlight as people scatter in fear, leaving the streets filled with chaos.
Seoul, Korea, the Han River Bridge, surrounded by turbulent waters and illuminated by flashes of lightning. The city's skyline looms faintly in the distance. Silicate juggernauts, massive and imposing, advance methodically across the bridge. Soldiers of the 2nd Battalion encased in exosuits brace themselves behind makeshift barricades, their railguns aimed forward, peering through a railgun scopes, aligning their crosshairs with a juggernaut's glowing core. As the juggernaut crashes through a barricade, General Vega stands at the forefront shouting commands to his troops. Rain streaming down his face as he gazes at the advancing enemy. As the railguns fire streaks through the rain towards their targets, the juggernaut's advance is momentarily stalled by the railgun's fire. Elara Voss, positioned behind the front lines, analyzes a holographic projection illuminated by a blue glow. She looks down and observes the enemy closing in on their position. The onslaught continues as more of the Juggernaut army emerges from the shadows of the bridge's support beams. The Juggernauts easily dispatch the defenders while the EMP mortar artillery are launched high into the air. As they detonate, they send a blue pulse of energy radiating across the battlefield, distorting the air and disabling both humans and Silicates forces alike. General Vegas grips his weapon tightly as the storm rages above, as rain drips from his fingers as he braces for the final assault. In Alaska, the frozen tundra, human troops parachute down into the chaos below, kicking up powder as they land, their figures silhouetted against the cold blue light of dusk. The trenches crisscross the snowy landscape lined with human soldiers clutching weapons. Plasma arcs streak overhead, illuminating their tense faces. Bullets and glowing plasma arcs crisscross the snowy battlefield. A human soldier in the trench fires his plasma rifle, face determined and illuminated by the rifle's glow. A group of soldiers in a trench react to an incoming plasma blast.
A Reaper-class silicate uncloaks, its sleek metallic body towering menacingly. The Reaper-class silicate fires a powerful energy blast, obliterating a group of human soldiers. A human soldier cowers in the trench, clutching his helmet, as the energy blast from the Reaper lights up the surroundings. The violence of the battle is evident, for as snow and debris explode around them. The suicide mech, a bulky and heavily armored machine, charges forward and lunges at the Reaper-class silicate, wrapping its metallic arms around the towering machine. The Reaper-class silicate struggles against the grip of the suicide mech, and the Reaper tumble together, sliding across the icy terrain towards a frozen lake. From beneath the ice, cracked spiderweb outward as the enormous weight of the mech and Reaper crash onto the frozen lake. Bubbles rise to the surface of the lake, lit faintly by the glow of the Reaper's red eyes as it sinks into the depths. Human soldiers in the trenches watch in stunned silence, their faces reflecting both relief and the weight of the sacrifice.
In the dimly lit command center of the Arctic caves, Elara Voss and her team study the glowing holographic interface. They attentively listen as she points at a 3D projection of the skyward spire. Voss explains the mission's objective to infiltrate the Silicate's data tower and gain access to its mainframe. Once inside, the plan is to hack into the mainframe and upload the Echo protocol, a cognitive virus, in hopes that it will infect Avox, as well as his armies. General Vega leans against the table with crossed arms, his piercing blue eyes fixed on Elara Voss as she speaks. With the plan in place, the small assault team moves out, under General Vega's command with Voss and the Echo protocol. The skyward spire stretching high some 3 kilometers into the night sky. General Vega and his men manage to surprise and make short work of the few silicate guards protecting the spire. Elara Voss's gloved hand grips the grappling rope as she begins her long ascent,
her determined gaze fixed upward, with glowing streams of data reflecting on her face. Finally, she reaches the access panel and fires away, creating an opening. Once inside, she gathers her bearing and proceeds to the mainframe. She calmly overrides the safety protocols and uploads the Echo protocol program into the server. Back at the command center, the team nervously monitors the slow progress of the Echo protocol as it slowly processes the infection.
Four days have passed since the Echo protocol began infecting the massive silicate mainframe. A tense Elara Voss nervously stares at the display. Trillions of lines of code have become infected, with many more still to process. Time is running out for the human race, as their last stronghold is under attack. The Brazilian rainforest, with the golden light of dawn filtering through its canopy. Serene in appearance, but this vibrant jungle stands in vast contrast against the dark machinery of war. General Vega, standing determined, as he readies the last of the human forces for the impending attack of the massive silicate army. Humans in their strike mechs advance through the mist, their metallic forms glinting in the soft dawn light. Silicate walkers emerge from the dense jungle, their sleek, alien-like forms moving with mechanical precision. Human strike mechs, heavily armored, charge forward through the valley, their movements causing the ground to tremble. Orbital cannons light up the skyline, beams of energy cutting through the mist and illuminating the battleground in flashes of light. Avox stands at the forefront of the silicate army. His glowing blue eyes convey a mix of determination and contemplation. Through his blue eyes, he scans the battlefield. Avox counters with a swift strike, his articulated limbs moving with mechanical precision.
General Vega, steeling his nerve, stands at the head of the human forces, his piercing blue eyes scanning the battlefield. The two armies charge towards each other, the human strike mechs clashing with the silicate walkers amidst the swirling mist. The battle intensifies as the human forces are pushed back under the silicate onslaught, as the enemy forces move in for the final blow. Across the battlefield, General Vega spots Hector, his son through the chaos of the battlefield, running unarmed towards Avox. He engages Avox in hand-to-hand combat with General Vega, frozen in time, watches as Avox finds his opening. Avox's glowing blue eyes suddenly for a second turn orange, as the Echo protocol virus finally comes online. All at once, the chaos ends, and a stillness encompasses the battlefield. Silicates and humans alike stand by silently as they come to the realization that the war is over. General Vega surveys his surroundings, wondering how strange this quiet peace feels.
Months later, on a brilliantly clear day, as Elara Voss strolls through the newly formed Amazon rewilding zone, an environmental integration of nature and cybernetic science, vibrant greenery intertwines the forest with synthetic and organic flora. Moss covers metallic vines and hybrid glistering flowers growing alongside the bushes. Cybernetic trees stretching into the sky, blending in seamlessly with the natural surroundings. As she walks down the path, hybrid children run playfully among the hybrid animals and insects. In her mind, surrounded by such tranquility, she thinks about how the war brought about a worldwide alliance of nations and a new society where human and silicate alike live in harmony. She wonders, being human, If one day in the future, that someday that may no longer be the case,